My dear brothers and sisters, listen closely to me today, because I did not come to give you another sermon. I came to deliver a divine interruption, a word that will pierce through the fog of your hardship and remind you your story is not finished yet. You see, some of you walked into this place with tears in your eyes, wearing a smile that hides a storm. You've been fighting battles that no one claps for. You've been praying prayers that seem to echo back from the ceiling. And maybe, just maybe, you've started to wonder if God has forgotten your name. But hear me, He has not. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Every season of hardship is a temporary classroom where heaven teaches you eternal strength. It's not punishment, it's preparation. You're not buried, you're being planted. And when the planting is over, the blooming will be undeniable. I remember the early days of my ministry. We had nothing. We preached under a tent made of borrowed cloth. When it rained, water dripped through the holes in the roof and soaked the congregation. We had no microphones, no instruments, no money, just a fire burning in our souls. And yet, I stood on that shaky wooden stage, looking out at the few faces who came hungry for hope, and I declared, this is not how our story ends. Many laughed. Many walked away. But I learned something: when God gives you a word, you don't need people to agree with it. You just need to believe it. Some of you today are standing in the middle of your own leaky tent season. You are drenched in disappointment. Maybe your business failed. Maybe your health broke. Maybe someone you loved walked away. You feel like you're stuck in a place that doesn't match the promise God gave you. But here, this delay is not denial. The waiting room of life is often the workshop of miracles. When Joseph was thrown into the pit, it looked like the end. But that pit was the hallway to the palace. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, it looked like defeat. But that den became the place of divine demonstration. And when Jesus was sealed inside the tomb, it looked like the grave had won. But even the stone could not silence resurrection power. So don't let your hardship trick you into believing you've been forgotten. Sometimes God hides you to prepare you. Sometimes He allows things to fall apart so He can rebuild you stronger, deeper, wiser. You've been asking, Lord, why is this happening to me? But maybe the better question is, Lord, what are you building in me? Because I've learned the same fire that melts wax hardens clay. It's not about the fire. It's about what's inside of you. And I came to tell you today, you are stronger than the storm that hit you. You are not your failure. You are not your past. You see, faith is not proven on the mountaintop. Faith is proven in the valley when everything screams, give up, and you still whisper, I trust you, Lord. And if you can still praise Him in the valley, you are unstoppable on the mountain. My friend, hardship is not your home. It's just your hallway. It's the narrow path that leads to wide open favor. Don't unpack your bags in pain. Don't build a house in heartbreak. You are passing through. There were nights I cried so hard I could not pray. Nights when I said, Lord, I've given everything. I have nothing left. And do you know what I heard in my spirit? A still, quiet voice whispering, now I can finally show you it was never about your strength. Oh, how many of us try to fix everything ourselves? We strategize, plan, fight, control, but then life reminds us we were never meant to carry it all. You see, surrender is not weakness. Surrender is the doorway to supernatural strength. When you finally let go, you make space for God to move. He doesn't need your perfection. He wants your permission. He doesn't ask you to have it all figured out. He just asks you to believe that He will. There's a verse I love. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. But notice it doesn't say if the morning comes. It says when, because no night lasts forever. And your morning, my friend, is already on the horizon. So if you're in that night right now, Don't curse the darkness, light a candle of faith. Say, Lord, I don't understand, but I still trust you. I don't see the end yet, but I know you are leading me through. Your hardship has an expiration date. And I feel this deeply for someone here. God is about to turn your private pain into a public testimony. What once made you cry will one day make you shout for joy. The same tears that watered your disappointment are about to water your destiny. Do not despise the small beginnings. Do not mock your own progress because it's slower than someone else's. Even the tallest oak starts as a tiny seed, hidden, unseen, buried in darkness. But the seed never dies. It just transforms. And I tell you, your seed season is coming to an end. You are about to rise, not because the storm is over, but because you've learned to stand in the rain. Now listen, breakthrough doesn't always look like what you expected. Sometimes God changes the situation, but other times He changes you in the situation. And that change is even more powerful. Because when you change, every door that was once locked begins to open. Do you want to end your season of hardship? Then stop repeating the language of defeat. Stop saying, I can't, I'm done. It's too late. Start speaking life into your valley. Say, this pain has purpose. This valley is temporary. My God is still faithful. Because words create worlds. Your confession is a prophecy. Speak victory until you see it. Let me tell you something. Your future is not hiding in the distance. It's waiting for you to believe that you deserve it. When you shift your heart, heaven shifts with you. When you walk in faith, the impossible becomes normal. Some of you are one prayer away from the door opening, one step away from the storm breaking, one moment of courage away from seeing the promise fulfilled. So don't quit now. You've come too far to stop. Yes, I know it's been long. I know the weight feels heavy. But hear this, even in your weakness, God